Hi, I'm Melanie. Welcome to Hatha Yoga. We've decided to shorten the sequence a little bit today, just in case you don't have a full hour to devote to the practice. So find your most comfortable position on your mat, whether it's seated or lying down. Remember, if you don't have all your props at home, you can always use a blanket to place under your head or under your neck. Once you've established where you're most comfortable, take a long, deep breath in and a long letting go exhalation. Remember that if your back's bothering you and you are lying down, you can always let your knees bend. What's really important is to allow your body to find that place of ease so that you can begin to let go. Just begin to follow the natural rhythm of your breath, noticing each inhalation and each exhalation. Try not to force the breath, but just letting it come and letting it go. Feel the body as it begins to soften, allowing all the tensions to begin to melt away. Let the mind begin to follow the rhythm of the breath, attempting not to linger on any one thought. I am breathing in. I am breathing out, breath by breath. My mind begins to slow down. My breath deepens naturally, and my body begins to soften. And for this moment, I try to let go. Slowly let your awareness find its way back. Start to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and rotate your ankles, moving in both directions. Let your head move gently from side to side and up and down. And then take a really big deep breath in and tighten and stretch your whole body just as tight as you can. And that big, long, loud letting go exhalation as you release. Now, if you are in a seated position, just bring yourself onto your mat. And you may have noticed that we're in a different location today, so welcome to my living room. Every now and then you may find yourself distracted by various sounds, but that's okay. Once you're on your back, adjust your neck, let your knees bend, and just let them rock a little bit from side to side. Just adjusting the positioning of your feet, perhaps a little farther apart, a little closer together. Place the hands in a position that allows the upper back to open. So you may find a goalpost is nice, or a little higher, or even a T-like position. And then next time the knees are over to the right, just let the movement stop. Your head can turn the opposite direction if that's comfortable. And then slowly find your way back to the center, and then over to the other side. Take a breath or two on this side, then back to the center, and repeat it once or twice more on each side, just letting the hips, the low back warm up. Remember, if you do have props, such as a wooden block or a foam block, or even just a blanket or towel, you can always use those under your knees just to give you some support so the body can find that place of ease. Once you've done an even number on each side, let the movement stop at the center. Bring the knees into the chest and just rock it out a little bit side to side. You can always bring your nose up to your knees if that feels good. And then release it down. It's good. Place your feet on the floor. Extend your legs out along the mat. Bring your arms to the ground above your head if your shoulders aren't causing you pain today. Otherwise, lower them down. As you inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, hold the shins or the backs of the thighs. Inhale, arm and leg down. Exhale, other side. Inhale, stretching out. Continue it 3 more times on each side. And if it's a day where you feel like drawing your nose up to the knee on the exhalation, then by all means add that in. Remember, we are allowing the hips to warm, the shoulders to warm, the spine to warm, but more than anything, we're focusing on our breath, remembering the exhalations are when the thighs come into the chest, working into the digestive system, and warming up into the core of the body. Once you've done an even number on each side, just let the knees bend and once more rock them side to side, or bring the thighs into the chest, rock in little circles, or happy baby might even be an option for some of you. Then place your feet on the floor, roll over to the side, and bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Again, remember the importance. If you're leaning back, as always, use your props, whether it's a block, a blanket, but something that will lift the hips and tilt the pelvis forward. Once you're in a seated position, cross your legs the opposite way. If you need to stretch your legs out, stretch them out. Walk your fingertips out, turn the shoulders so the palms face up, and inhale as you lift the arms, lightly looking up to the ceiling. As you exhale, rotate the shoulders, lower the arms, dropping the chin down to the chest. Inhale, lifting arms and gaze, letting the shoulders soften. Exhale, lowering the arms, lowering the gaze. Repeat this 2 more times, just really being aware of the rhythm of your breath, trying not to force anything. Just noticing if your shoulders are bothering you, perhaps you only lift your arms to here. When you finish with your arms on the ground, bring your hands to your knees, lift your gaze up, roll your shoulders back a few times, roll them forward a few times, then take a really big deep breath in, bring both shoulders up into your ears, and a long, loud letting go exhalation. Bring your hands to your shoulders. If your shoulders hurt, keep your hands on your hips and rotate into the left shoulder, going a few times forward, a few times back. Remember, you're allowed to smile. Other side, forward and back, just noticing the difference from side to side, if there is a difference. Pause here, take a long breath in, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, bring your elbows in towards each other. Drop the elbows, drop the chin, and round back. On an inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Drop the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades, roll the gaze up. Exhale, rounding from the base of the spine, chin drops, shoulders drop. Inhale, opening, lifting, lightly squeezing the shoulder blades. And last time, exhaling as you tuck and round. Bring yourself all the way back up to the center. Take a long breath in. And as you exhale, bend over to the right. Try to keep your neck in line with your spine as opposed to just letting it hang. And bring yourself all the way up, going over to the left. And remember that I may not remind you to breathe, but it is always a good thought to keep your breath present. Once more, coming up. And once more to the other side. Trying to keep the weight as even as you can on both glutes. Coming back up. And last time to the left. All the way back up. Bring the elbows towards each other and see if you could cross the left over the right. Back to the center. right over left, open, extend, and release. Take your legs now, bounce them out, do some big circles with your ankles, go the other way. Point and flex your feet, kind of jiggling like a bowl of jelly. Try to keep your spine nice and tall, and then bounce it out once more. As you stretch your legs out, if you are using a block right now, you may just want to slide that block out. A low blanket might be fine. Place your palms on your thighs. Slide the body forward. Remember, back and hamstring problems, just bend your knees, move your legs farther apart. If it's possible to take the hands to the tops of the feet, stretch your feet out, do that. Come all the way back up, flexing the feet, dropping the shoulders, lean back. It's good. One more time, coming up and pointing the toes, trying to get a good stretch to the tops of the feet. Bring yourself all the way up, flex your feet, bring the hands to the shoulders. Take a breath in as you sit up. And as you exhale, twist to the right, pressing the left heel out. Bring yourself back to the center, line the feet up, drop the shoulders, and exhale as you go to the left, pressing the right leg out. Back to the center, draw the elbows in, drop the elbows, drop the chin, lean down. Coming back up, opening the arms, twisting to the right, left leg goes forward, chin parallel to the floor, back to the center, feet line up, exhale left, right leg goes forward, back to the center, elbows drop, chin drop, squeeze the air out of the lower abdominals, bring yourself all the way up, extend the arms, and take yourself into the forward fold that feels best for you today. Just walk out the glutes a bit if you need. Drop the shoulders down. And then bring yourself all the way up. Roll the shoulders back, bounce the legs out. You can either sit with your legs straight, or if you like, bend your knees. Grab your left leg and just rock a bit from side to side. Go into some gentle circles in both directions. Try not to lean back. And then pause for a moment. Release that leg down, pick the right leg up, rock it out. Go both directions. And then put that leg down. Bring the knees up, stretch the legs out, bounce them out. Swing yourself around onto your hands and knees. Remember, you can always put the blankets under your knees if you have any knee problems. Otherwise, onto your hands and knees. Just tap out the tops of the feet. Tuck the 10 toes. Send the hips back. If you prefer child's pose, go to child's pose. Otherwise, move into downward dog. You can go into a walking dog. Explore the distance between your feet. Bend the knees if you need. Explore the distance between your hands. Bring yourself back down onto your knees and all the way up onto your knees. Extend your right leg out, bending the knee so the knee and the ankle are in line. Bring the hands behind the head or put your hands on your hips. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bend over to the right. If your neck doesn't bother you, look up. If it does, look straight ahead. Take a breath or two here. Bring yourself all the way back up. Turn the toes to point forward. Extend the left arm up, lower the right arm down, and into a gentle side bend. Think about keeping your hip above your knee and drawing the legs in towards each other. Make sure this right knee is not locked. And again, if it doesn't hurt your neck, look up. Try to resist as you come all the way up. Extend out through the arm. Put the hand on the floor, put the hand on the hip. If you do have something you can use, a block, and you can't reach the floor, whatever you need to use for a prop. Thinking about shoulder, elbow, wrist in line. You can keep the foot on the floor, or you can lift the leg all the way up, extending the arm and bringing the arm over. Bring the arm up, lower the leg, lower the hand, bring yourself all the way up. One more side bend. Coming up, bringing the hand down, bringing the knee down, and switching sides. Left leg goes out, knee and heel in line. If you did interlace your fingers, try interlacing them the other way. Moving into a side bend, as though you're drawing the legs together. Notice your breath. Bring yourself all the way up. Extend the leg, turning the toes. Lower the left arm, lift the right. Into a gentle side bend, making sure the leg's not locked. Soften the ribs. Try to smile and connect with your breath. Coming all the way up. Extending hand to hip, hand to ground. Staying here. Perhaps you want to lift the leg, lift the arm, bring the arm over. Do what you feel you can do today, and whatever that is, just be grateful that you're moving. Bring yourself all the way back up. One more side bend, shoulders down. Good, coming all the way up. Lowering the hand, lowering the knee. Once more, it can be child's pose or perhaps downward dog. Walking the dog if you need to. And then find your way to a comfortable standing position, the way that's best for you. Once you're up to standing, just shake it out. Hands to hips or arms up. Breathing in, bending to the left. Coming all the way back up, bending to the right. Coming all the way back up, lowering the arms, adjusting your feet for your foundation. Bring the hands to the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, moving into a gentle back bend. Coming all the way back up and into a half or full fold. What is best for you today? Stepping back into downward dog or stepping into child's pose. Do what's best for you. Walk the dog out. If you're in child's pose, move the hips from side to side. Bring your knees to the ground, place the tops of the feet on the floor, lower onto your belly. Hands below the shoulders, come up, forehead, nose, chin, chest. Come up onto the fingertips. Lift the hands off the floor. Extend the arms back. Keep breathing. Bring the hands back under the shoulders, lower chest, chin, nose, forehead. Press yourself back up, tabletop, and then you decide child's pose or downward dog. What's best for you? Soften the knees, gaze forward, feet to hands. Walk the hands up the legs if back or hamstrings bother you, otherwise extend the arms. Come all the way up. Lower the arms down. Hands to the hips. Step your left leg back, toes tucked under. Right hip back, back thigh forward, staying here, or arms here. Bend that back knee. Follow the rhythm of your breath. If your shoulders aren't bothering you, bring the arms up. Remember, this is balance. If you have a wall, you can always put your fingers on the wall. Lower the arms, straighten the leg, step forward, coming up. Other leg, hands to the hips, other leg goes back. Front hip back, back thigh forward, breathing. Hands on the hips, arms straight ahead, back knee bends. Arms can go up if you like. Remember, use the wall if you need it. Notice your balance might be different from side to side. Arms lower, leg straightens, step forward, breathe in, lift the arms. As you exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back, relax in your chair. Folding forward, hands to floor. Follow the breath. Stepping back, downward dog if it's comfortable. Child's pose if you need. Knees to the floor. Tops of the feet to the floor. Bottom back to heels. Coming back up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your 10 toes under. Walk your hands back to your knees, and if this isn't comfortable, just sit down however you like. Lift the knees. Walk forward a bit on your mat. If it's possible to go from your toes to your heels to your bottom, do that. Stretch your legs out. Lift the hips, tilt the pelvis, and fold the body forward. Bend the knees if you need. Walk the bottom back. Curl yourself all the way up. You can come down onto your back however you like. Or maybe you want to do a few of these spinal rocks and maybe even come up to a squat position, because I know a bunch of you can. So give it a try. And end up on your back, bringing your knees into the chest, rocking in a few circles the other way. Stretch the legs up in the air. Be here. If your back hurts or hamstrings, be legs apart. If you're able to open the legs wide, open them wide. Tip the chin down. Slide the body up. Head down. Legs together. Arms to the ground above the head or where it feels best. Lower the legs straight down, but if your back hurts, bend the knees, put the legs down. Take a deep breath in, tighten everything, and a long, loud letting go exhale. Just give yourself a moment for any last movements you might need. And then find yourself in a comfortable position for Shavasana. If it is comfortable for you and you have a wall close by, put your legs up the wall. And once you've settled in, take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Surrender your practice. Let your mind just follow the gentle rhythm of your breath. And just imagine yourself floating on water. Feel the water beneath you. Above you, visualize a cloudy sky. Imagining that your mind is the sky. Take a breath in and a breath out. And begin to see the clouds leave the sky. Breath by breath, the clouds drift by. And the sky is clear, still. Feel the water beneath you. The water is your body. The water is full of ripples. Feel them. Breathe in and breathe out. And begin to feel the ripples leave the water until the water becomes calm, still. Within the water, see your reflection. Let the warmth of relaxation move gently within you. Breath by breath, letting go. Slowly, awareness begins to return. And gently, movement finds its way back into the body. It might be wiggling fingers and toes, might be bending knees, letting them rock to check in with the back. Maybe you're good right where you are. You may want to roll over to one side for a breath or two. And then slowly find your way back to a comfortable seated position. Take a long, deep breath and gather up all the positive energy and thoughts you've created. Bring them into your heart and let the exhalations carry the things you don't need to hold on to away. Take a moment in gratitude to yourself for taking time just for you. Thank you for coming and sharing your time and your practice with me. Namaste.